Have you ever sat through a terrible movie just because you paid for the ticket? Or stayed in a relationship that made you miserable because you've already been together for 5 years? Maybe you're working a job you hate, but you feel like you can't quit because you spent 4 years getting the degree for it. If this sounds familiar, you are a victim of the sunk cost fallacy. It is one of the most dangerous psychological traps because it forces us to waste our future just to justify our past. Your brain tells you, if I stop now, all that time, money, and effort will be wasted. But what your brain doesn't tell you is that the time is already gone. You can't get it back. The only question that matters is, what are you going to do with the time you have left? To understand this fallacy, we have to look at loss aversion. Evolutionarily, humans are wired to feel the pain of a loss twice as much as the joy of a gain. To your ancestors, losing a week's worth of food was a death sentence, while finding extra food was just a bonus. Today, this instinct backfires. When we look at a failing project, we don't see the potential for a better future. We only see the sunk costs, the resources we've already sunk into the ground. We feel that if we walk away, we're admitting we made a mistake. And to the ego, admitting a mistake feels like a loss of status. So we keep pouring good money after bad and good years after bad ones, hoping that somehow the math will magically change, but it never does. This trap is most painful in our personal lives. Imagine you're in a relationship that has become toxic. You know it's not working, but you think, but we've been together for 10 years. I can't just throw that away. Here is the cold, hard truth. Those 10 years are gone, regardless of whether you leave today or stay for another 10. Staying doesn't save the past decade. It only ruins the next one. The same applies to your career. If you realize at age 30 that you hate your profession, your brain will scream about the wasted university years. But if you don't change, at age 50, you'll have wasted 30 years instead of just 4. The sunk cost is a ghost that haunts your decisions, making you a prisoner of a person you no longer are. How do we break the spell? Economists use a concept called opportunity cost. Every minute you spend on something that isn't working is a minute you aren't spending on something that could change your life. To fight the fallacy, you must practice zero-based thinking. Ask yourself, knowing what I know today, if I weren't already in this situation, would I choose to get into it? If the answer is no, then your only reason for staying is the sunk cost. You aren't being loyal or consistent, you're being irrational. You have to learn to cut your losses. It sounds painful, but it's actually the most liberating thing you can do. It's the moment you stop being a manager of your past and start being the architect of your future. Walking away doesn't mean you failed, it means you learned. Those years weren't wasted if they taught you what you don't want. The most successful people aren't the ones who never quit, they're the ones who quit the wrong things quickly so they can find the right things sooner. Don't let a mistake you made yesterday define your tomorrow. Don't keep digging a hole just because you've spent a lot of time on it. Throw away the shovel, climb out, and start walking in a new direction. The best time to quit a mistake was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Thank you for watching. It's time to let go. Goodbye.